Welcome to our lovely first episode of the day. The 5D Collective gets to embrace the double infinity of this infinite 8-8 portal. And on that note, we're going to start with the fact that a 5D individual, whether you are mystic or not, you know how to wield that lovely brain. So you don't actually have places where you're stuck, which is why you do spiritual self-help personal development. So you also don't fall for spiritual bypasser techniques. You know, the sales pitch stuff? Yeah. You also don't fall for 7 to 14 charming. So those would be mantles of mental health. So you don't fall for those who demonize or romanticize any of that, which is good information about those who do need healthy self-worth, lovers, and or human beings in their life. Okay, so the Chariot is actually a very beautiful card, and so are all of the major arcanas for a 5D mystic divine feminine. Means you got your emotions like right here, no laundry. Unlike a Zen master who is actively a Zen master and he feels laundry when he does crying, anger, I don't know, any of that suffering business. Yes, so suffering business is for the temporal junction. Those of us who know how to wield our lovely ascension energies, because, I use a lot of words here. Basically, if you know how to wield yourself because you believe in yourself, it's called I'm Ariel. I have a tail. You don't like it, there's a door. I can be however old was I? As a teenager, I learned very easily how to do this. What other people don't say or do say about me, okay, but what is most important is that I don't want to be ashamed of anything that I have done. And of course, as a teenager, are there things? Very few, but there are. Will I let you know what they are? No. But anybody who will have known me as a teenager could come out and say, I know, and I'll say, well, let me hear. Maybe I'll tell you the truth. Maybe I won't. You can't read my mind, as I told teenagers, and no one can, but we are vibration. So with that being said, as a person who does have Krishna, Leela, Shiva, and Kali in my back pocket, because that's what enlightenment, so age group people, come on over 5D Collective. If you're not here yet, mindfulness, mindsight, and mindset will get you here. But if you want to say you have laundry in your body, yeah, then there's a Zen master for you. So anyone who whines about emotions, essentially, they will usually say, neuroscience shows me that the pain receptor in my brain is the same one for physical, so I don't have emotions in the feeling way. Sure, 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and all of those who, again, don't want to be a human and do not want to wield that lovely chariot. Okay, so anyone who knows how to do the depths of emotional experience knows how to be a real boy, real girl, real day. That's the 5D Collective, which is why being yourself, believing in yourself, and anything that is basically with you, you say, yeah, you don't like me, there's a door. Again, I don't need to fancy you. I'm not blocked. I actively don't want to change. Anyone know what that means? So, our 8-8, I love ascension energies. Every year I've learned how to push to the side all of those donkeys, the ones who get angry and then they are blocked. And basically they could go to people like Patrick Tian and get unstuck, yes. But instead they do this: perfectionists, people pleasing, high achieving, selfless, popular, in trouble, helpful, helpless, accommodating, responsible, bossy, self-destructive, all of it. So us, we can have all those, but then we're like, wow, I don't know. Am I really living them or am I happy about my life? Let me think. Am I stuck in my relationships, jobs, family, creativity, self, cars? What is the self-cares constantly doing? So some people, they do. They feel the weight of the shoulders, the weight of the world on their shoulders, yes. And some people don't, because we actively know, why would we be whining about life? All of these unknowns, uncertainties, unwanteds, they don't create suffering inside a person who uses their prefrontal cortex. Okay, so again, wielding the energies for the 5D Collective at the double 8-8, and in the year 2024, it's getting better to be a person, because we know of all the people who are actively able to live life and commit. Oh yes, knock knock, who's there? The ones who don't have the shame button, the ones who have a love button. And we know all about Jesus. Okay, so here's where that Jesus, he talked to us about forgiveness, and he walked with all people. Apparently, how the medieval time 3D folk, they keep talking about sin in a way as if we were supposed to be living the Crusades. I don't know. Doesn't anybody remember history class? Anytime I'm watching a 4D person talk about themselves as anointed, I'm like, you do know you're out of time, right? Okay, so you're not wielding anything by telling me in your pseudo-alive voice about what was it, mental warfare that doesn't actually happen. So when someone tried to get into my energy sphere, I am a mystic after all. I've told you the story before. I did this, and then I did, and then I did this, and then I'm like, wow, seriously, get the fuck away from me, because I had actively been told how we can take information from each other. And I'm a Reiki master, so I also know when somebody is in my energy field, and if I don't want you in it, I just do this. And I'm not kidding. So any 5D mystic, come on over, because if you have ownership of this, then you're going to have ownership of this, and you're going to have ownership of that, and it really is a relational field. Oh, and we do look like woo-woo people. But you know what's funny is that sciences people help you to know it's okay to look like woo-woo people. I have my doctor, my GE, general, whatever it's called, in Italy. And I told her about my panic attacks, and she said, you know what, don't worry. If you start getting one, just start screaming. And she showed me the movement. I knew the movement. But she's like, it's okay. Don't care about what people think. You just let yourself, express. And she did this whole thing. And I was like, that's beautiful. They already think I'm a woo-woo lady. So I'm okay with that, okay? And it's really fun to be able and talk to people versus, I have panic attacks. I don't want to go anywhere. I do definitely not go everywhere, but that's a different story. I don't do it that way. I just do, look, I'm not coming. No. I said, no, stop. That's what it's called to be a solo polyamory. It's I am not coming with you anywhere that's going to make my nervous system get out of whack. But I won't whine about it, because I don't have my unconscious, my 0-1-year-old attached panicky, my 3 to 7 shame submissive leading me. No, I have my higher self, and I forgot about our lovely YouTube might be making this, I don't know. But anyways, the higher self. So our lovers, yes, they stick around if they're true. Otherwise, they are going to jump a fence. That's okay. They're not for real anyways, when someone feels those out. So we know what true love is. It's a person who doesn't lie to you, ever. Not even a little bit, because otherwise you don't know how to be vulnerable. And then you are a person who needs, what was it? Yes, Patrick Tiahan, because you're stuck somewhere and you don't know what love means, because you don't know how to harness anything of what is the right and left. You're not an emperor, that's for sure, or an empress, and you don't know balance. Okay, what you know, actually, and that's where the 4D is at. Unfortunately, as always, every year, someone's going through some excruciating, painful battle, and they don't know how to use their brain. So we leave that alone. We offer beginnings, and we offer relationships to those who know how to transform, because they are not cold like ice. No, they actively transform like a butterfly, but it's a blissful one, because if you get out of pain, it's because you get securely attached and you stop doing the I have trauma stuff. You actively know how to live life and use your brain effectively, which also makes you a person who knows how we don't have to create destruction in order to win. Nope, we have what is called the mind, and a mindset that allows inner growth and transformation to take place while we nurture not only our own existence, but also that of humanity, because the adventure is not one that is afraid to love, but one that is actually quite clear on what is confusing. Those maladaptive child behaviors, the addictions, the fucking, the drugging, the drinking. Yeah, it's not confusing Pinocchio on that island, so we stand our ground. And we don't feel pain, Rabbi, when masculines want to go and do whatever it is they're going to do, because the actual people who know clarity and the truth know one thing. Your fool's journey is about you getting home to your whole self. So your inner child, if you don't heal and become the independent person you can be, you're not going to be a star no matter how many mantles you wear. And it is a long journey, as our lovely Sadhguru shares. Spirituality is not a career, it's a lifestyle, which is why you consistently share not only the depths of emotion, but you also continue to rise up again and again and again, and balancing the karma wheel, because when you do dharma, you don't do karma. Not the way the other ones do, because they're doing their childhood and they're all in need of Patrick Tiahan, but oh no, they like their adventure with the fucking drinking, drugging, and thinking like Pinocchio on that island that that's what life is. Go watch some movies. So 5D, we know differently. We actively collaborate with those who do want to do emotions. So they actively share their childhood stuff with you, and then they know about getting rid of anything that is envy, jealousy, spite, because those are low self-esteem emotions. They know success. Success is a long-term commitment to sharing life with those who will share the burdens with you, and in fact create a future that allows your divine feminine, your inner child, to be an adult and for you to be the empress, and for you to actually juggle in a nice way, by the way, your 10 of Pentacles, which is why hard work, yeah, but it's not hard work. We consistently are expanding. That's exactly why that 3 and that infinity, and that's for my lovely successful entrepreneurs, because some of us, we love to create. And that's because you have a relationship with your higher self. And that's the Fibonacci brain that you get to learn about as you come here to do more emotions and more thoughts. And then you learn how to say no to apathy inside of you, because it's your biochemistry. You know how to create thanks to the emotional plane of your own brain, my lovely viewers. Okay. And so no tower moment is that big because you actively work with your inner and outer well-being. Nobody gets left out in the cold. The only people who get stuck are the same ones who need a good therapist first, and then they can come do spiritual self-help, personal development, and anything spirituality related. Because until that moment, they think they know everything. The 4D with their clairs, they think they know the future. They don't know the future. We build the future together. That's why their hermit mode is where we lose people. We have to close ourselves away from people. That's not hermit mode for 5D. No. We are actively out there together. As we don't battle demons, there's no demons. Please stop. Please stop. The only demons are in the head of people that lack the education. Yes, they lack the education and they go into what is their temporal junction. They don't know how to use their mind. You can't wield your mind. You can't wield anything because you're going to be lost in that perpetuating cycle of regret. That is a waste of time, by the way. Waste of time. You can actually actively always get what you want. That's if you are your own master, unless you're a good boy, good girl, good day, let me come keep you. So until the day that you can be independent from, if somebody tells you you're a piece of shit, unless you did something that you know you're ashamed of, they're just expressing their opinion. The laws exist. That's what you want to base yourself on. And then you're heard, you're human heard. So being around people that don't know how to use a Fibonacci brain, and they worry, and then they talk about human beings as pieces of shit. They're really boring. They don't know anything about passion, let alone their inner child. And so again, no need to stay stuck in any of those relationships, but we also don't need to walk away. We just know how to recalibrate and then to make an offer that works for everyone. Pacha lives with Cusco, even though Cusco's a liar, because Cusco's an adaptive child. So he doesn't know how to wield his brain. He doesn't know how to create. In fact, there's all that self-sabotage and getting stuck. It's not a demon or a devil. It's just a person who doesn't have their inner child in the forefront. So they don't know what a happy family is yet. Not from inside and not from outside. Once they have self-confidence, that's when they might be able to say, oh, look, my maladaptive behaviors, they're not a devil or a demon. They're called, let me heal my childhood trauma stuff and let me get on board with all the other 5D collective people who know what nurturing oneself into beingness and then creating relationships that are not limited by narrow-minded people. Really boring. We have lovely, lots of love, lots of brains, lots of fun. The inner child adults here at IHP, the functional adults, we manifest our reality. So we know open-heartedness. We also know intuitiveness, and that's because we are that high priestess, and we actively are always doing Dharma. So we're always on a high, and that's why on this lovely 8-8 portal, those of you who are here, welcome aboard, and I will be back with some more episodes as we get to chit chat. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great one.